Congress is reacting to this cease and desist order of the NTC. What are senators saying after ABS-CBN went off air to comply with this order? Joining us now on the line is Senator Migz Zubiri. Senator, your reaction to this move by the NTC to temporarily shut down ABS-CBN?
Yeah, first of all, good evening, Rico. Good evening to everybody listening. Of course, we were all quite shocked when we heard that there was an NTC order this afternoon. We were doing our teleconferencing, historic first of the Senate. And when we were told about it, of course, we gave our sentiments officially during the online session. And basically, we're saddened. I'm saddened and disturbed by the issuance of this cease and desist order, especially this time, Rico. No? We're suffering from a global pandemic. We're all on lockdown, shut down. The economy is suffering. We're probably going into a recession, and people are losing their jobs, especially those who have to, hand and mouth every day, the daily wage earners. And then you're going to add it with the cease and desist order that will technically cut off jobs to thousands of our kababayans, and not only in the main office of ABS-CBN, but of course all the regional and provincial radio stations and TV stations that they have. So it's quite sad, especially this time of pandemic, that we're getting a lot of information, not only from CNN, local CNN and GMA7, but also from ABS. We need the major networks to be online and on board so that we can continue to disseminate important information on how to fight COVID-19. So it's really quite sad. And, Rico, I was once chairman of the Committee on Legislative Franchises for 6 years during the 12th Congress and the 13th Congress. So I'm speaking from experience here. And that's why I'm quite disturbed with what happened. Because in the past, there are precedents wherein NTC had given out provisional authorities and granted provisional authorities to franchise holders whose applications are still pending in Congress.
Right.
It's happened in the past many times. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I've gotten mad at NTC a few times for them granting provisional authorities to radio stations in the provinces without even applications of congressional franchises. So they were so liberal. There was a time they were so liberal in giving out provisional authority. So it's quite surprising now. They all of a sudden clamped down on a major television news network. And believe me when I say this,
right.
Nico, this is not only
Yes.
for ABS-CBN. Not because I know people in ABS-CBN. It's not that. I would do the same for you in CNN. I would do the same for GMA7 if they had done the same thing. Because being former chairman of the Legislative Franchises Committee, I know the process. And I know that the NTC in their power can give out provisional authorities while the franchise application is pending in Congress. And
all right, Senator,
yes,
but the law is the law. And of course, Solicitor General Calidas emphasized that Congress has the sole power in issuing the franchise and that the NTC cannot issue a provisional authority when the broadcast company has no valid and existing legislative franchise. So we have to wait for the House of Representatives to approve ABS-CBN's franchise. So at this point, what are the options now of the Senate?
Well, first of all, the law that they're citing, Rico, I beg to disagree, with all due respect to the legal minds against this case. Solzen Calido is a friend of mine. I beg to disagree with all due respect because the law that they're citing is the Telecommunications Act. The Telecommunications Act says that if the telecommunications company has no franchise, they cannot operate. That's very true. But ABS-CBN is a broadcast franchise. That is the basic difference there. When we file franchises in Congress, we separate the telecommunications franchises with the broadcast franchises because telecommunications is similar to Smart, Globe, PLDT. That is what is considered a telecommunications franchise. We separate that in our committee deliberations. Even here in the Senate, we separate both as telecoms and broadcast. ABS-CBN is not part of that law. If I may point out, with my humble opinion, the law does not apply to broadcast franchises. And that is why during the committee hearing last February, we made them admit, they admitted under oath that they had granted provisional authorities, even recently, I'm talking about very recent provisional authorities, to to broadcast corporations whose applications were pending in Congress. So what they can do now, if you ask me, Rico, what they can do now is basically take it to court. They can use the deliberations under oath in the committee hearings, where they admitted that they can grant provisional authority to broadcast franchises as long as there's an explicit approval of both Congress and the Senate. We in the Senate, Rico, has already given Senate Resolution number 40, which is the sense of the Senate to give, to ask the NTC, to urge the NTC to give a provisional authority. If I'm not mistaken, the House of Representatives to Speaker Alan Cayetano, together with Congressman Chicoy Alvarez, had also issued a letter saying that while it is in process in Congress and the Senate, please issue a provisional authority. So there's explicit permission from both houses. Under oath, they said they will give it under oath. But looks like something else happened. Yes, sorry.
Thank you so much for your opinions on this NTC cease and desist order on ABS-CBN. Senator Migz Zubiri.
Thank you.